If you and your spouse were making next to nothing and were still raising 7 children, do you think you'd be able to manage that? I'd like to introduce you to the Keesing family. This is a family that I have a super special place in my heart. This is such an amazing family, and this is a father and a mother, and they have 7 amazing, wonderful children. Now, from the outside, they look like they have nothing. They live in a probably 500 square foot little home. They all basically sleep in the same room, and the father is a basically taxi driver or like an Uber driver equivalent to here, and the mother does a little tindahan and tries to do some online selling and other things like that to provide for their family. Now, the father, he is one of the most hardworking men that I've seen before. He gets early morning, like 3, 4 a.m., driving all mornings, taking the kids to school, then continuing to drive through the day, coming back for dinner, and then driving late into the night, just to provide for their family. Now, there was something that I saw from this family. Now, granted, they have this small living quarters, but the thing that brought them the most joy is I started asking them these questions as to like, what makes you guys happy, and observing their happiness. They live in a very small house. However, their neighbors are their family, and they have a couple other good community people living right next to them. And they get to commune, and they bounce from house to house, and getting to be around family and getting to be around friends all the time is one thing that I observed that really brought them happiness in spite of their hardships. And then the second thing that I really noticed from them is they built a community from their church. They would go to church every Sunday, and then they also had activities outside of church with their church members that they would continue to go to. And this is something that really I noticed for them is a connection point for them, that they get to essentially kind of escape what they're living in and go to church and go to the church building to play basketball or do some activities with the youth or whatever it is, right? And this was something that I noticed that really brought them joy and brought their family closer. Now, there was so many times that we would go hang out with this family, and in spite of them having nothing, the mother, she would continually just try to serve and give, and it brings me almost to tears because of the life that they're trying to provide for their family, and me wishing that I can give more and giving back to them, because I see the sacrifice that these parents are making for these 7 children. You know, they have children from the age of 18 all the way down to 3 years old. And the beauty that I saw, that these older siblings are taking care of the little kids when it is needed, and stepping into those roles when they're needed, and not giving a fuss, not complaining, not whining about it. They just step in and do that role. And the parents giving them opportunities and trying to make their lives better with teaching them English so that they'll have a better career in their future, and, you know, learning and speaking it together, and trying to put them in new schools. And then they even serve missions for the church that they go to, and they get to experience new cultures and new experiences to try to provide better situations for their children. And I want to find a way to start a donation or provide a fundraiser that way we can fundraise money for this family, that will be able to give them new resources or enable them to go to new schools. And I'm not exactly sure how that works, so if you could comment down below, you know, whether it be a GoFundMe or other ways. I'm not exactly sure what's going to be the easiest and most, financially understanding, but if you can help me understand what that's going to look like, I want to do this over like the next 6 months of having this fundraiser go. And then me and my wife will take that money and we'll shoot a video and bring you along the journey of giving this money to this family, along with the resources of how to utilize this, because that's one thing that I did learn from my time in serving and helping these other people in these countries is if we were just to give them this money, they're just gonna, throw it at whatever, right? But if we have a resource as well, which I will do as much research as I can to providing resources for them to either getting it to a school that their kids can go to, or having someone there help them with their finances and move things the right way instead of just giving them a lump sum and say good luck. That's what I want to do, and what I've better understood about these stories is I want to provide a way that we can give back to these people because they've taught me so much, and I want to help in any way that I can, whether it be just a little bit or a lot. And I just can't express the love that I have for them, and I want to provide the best life for their family, and they're trying so hard, and sometimes they just need a little bit of help. And so please, if you can comment down below, and then we'll have a fundraiser as soon as I figure out what's the best option for it, and we'll start promoting for them. And so I hope that this gives a little bit of insight to you. And the thing that I learned the most from this family is finding your community, whether that be with family, whether that be with friends, with neighbors, your church. Find that community that will help bring the joy and the happiness and the love. And then also look at yourself. If you are a parent, are we giving everything that we can to provide a life that we wish our children will have? And are we sacrificing the things that are needed? And if we are, then let's help these people. I'm sure you have many people in mind that you see sacrificing and giving everything, and yet it doesn't seem like they have enough. And let's give back to those people. And I hope this brings a little bit of joy and perspective to our lives of how we can improve and how we can better bring community together and feel the joy from that community. So anyways, this is the Keesing family, my most dear family to my heart, and I hope that we can get this fundraiser moving. So please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you would suggest is a best avenue of starting a fundraiser for them, and then we will, in about 6 months, probably take a flight and go visit this family. We'll shoot a video so that you guys can come along with us. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.